Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the world of Arendar, where we last left off. The party in the middle of a party, ironically, um, danced the night away, passing skill checks with the greatest of ease, and then murdering most of the party goers with things like thunderstep. The party found themselves entrenched in the middle of a uniquely seductive combat as vampires were milling around the dance floor, preying on various victims. Um, Trichopolis being the first one to fall under their spell, as the party danced their way through a clash of blades and the flow of blood. Most of the party goers within the map ran screaming for their lives, abandoning the main forward. A couple of unfortunate ones did get caught when the vampires were realizing that they were at a distinct disadvantage compared to the rest of the party that was attacking, trying everything that they could to survive the onslaught. Um, Kaisetria, with her divine ability, incinerating two of them, even though most of the party at some point or another had found themselves charmed. And where we left off, the party sees the carnage kind of all around them. Satek going up to Lenore, and her refusal to speak with him due to the absolute disaster that has befallen this situation. The party realizes that some grave mistakes might have been made with the destruction that is all over. Most of the party goers, like I mentioned, have fled. There are still a couple of bodies left smeared into the ground, with some of the remains of the vampires still kind of smoldering ashes beneath your feet. And that is where we are starting today. Satek, where we left off. The smell of blood overwhelming you. It hits your nostrils, and your instincts have taken over, and you have become a blood-starved vampire. You did manage to pass your wisdom save, and we're making your way towards the exit. What is everybody doing?
Well, I already told him to take a walk, so I'm going to give him his space and help with the bodies that are laying around.
Okay. There are three party goers that ended up biting the dust, as it were. And they are pretty mangled. Some drained of their blood by the vampires who were attempting to heal themselves during the middle of combat. But the one next to Kassir in that area is vastly different. As you approach the body, you see blood that is kind of caked from the eardrums. And make a medicine check for me.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that. Oops. 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 Yes.
Also, I apologize to Twitch chat if Joey and Shane's voice cuts out every once in a while. They are currently in the
16.
mountains. 16. Yeah, that's enough. As you approach this body, you see the effects of like sonic damage, and it looks like what actually did them in was not their eardrums bursting, which they did, but the fact that their lungs and their internal organs were crushed by a wave of energy, and you distinctly remember hearing the sound of a thunderclap as Leyland was trying to evade in the middle of that. And it looks like this party
Yeah.
has been.
I do remember that. I was hoping that Caleb didn't know.
Can't find it. It's not in my car.
You were hoping that I wouldn't
can
remember
figure it.
as the DM. I mean,
Yeah.
that's generally a strong bet. That's generally a strong bet.
Other side, dude.
But yeah.
All right. So we can just check.
That party goer out of the three is one that is definitely a casualty caused by an action.
Yeah. Yeah. I was hoping that you would remember.
Well, suffice it to say that I did.
I'm gonna do my best to treat these bodies with dignity and respect, and like cover up any like bits that might be exposed. I'm sure they have like shredded clothing or something.
Yeah, they're pretty bloody. Go ahead and make a religion check for me. Even though you are a cleric, Cave and Joss is the city of Sintress, and you might not necessarily be familiar with religions. I will say a 12 is enough to treat them with respect, but it's very simplistic. You don't necessarily know the inner workings in this current moment of what the city of Cave and Joss would do to treat their dead. So you bless them with your holy symbol and cover them with a bit of a tablecloth that you pull off the table, and that it effectively removes them from view. Blood's still kind of pooling. Zeta, as you're stepping away, are you actually heading outside, or are you just kind of off in
What time of day is it?
It is late evening, because the party went on for quite a few hours, and you guys had arrived there probably about 6 or 7. It's probably 11:30, and that feeling of blood hunger is kind of washed.
So then what I want to do is I want to casually step outside.
Okay.
Keeping an eye out just to see if there's any issues that are going to be coming up.
Make a perception check for me.
Perception. Where the fuck are you? There you are.
Natural 20. You start making your way to the door, and every movement is excruciating. And you make a bit of a realization with a natural 20. Your vampiric regeneration that is supposed to kick in is not. For just ease for my players, you guys have taken a long rest because I was messing with abilities and stuff like that. So, just as a heads up. However, in this theater of the mind moment, Satek, you are very low on health, having been shot, and even with Kasir's necrotic healing, there was still some damage, and the wounds to your body are not healing, and they feel like they're on fire. But as you're making your way to the door, you reach the door, and it's unlocked. But with a natural 20, you notice a small little scrap of fabric that has been kind of caught on the wood grain of the door. It's a burnt reddish black color. It looks like it comes from some sort of scarf or cloak or some linen type of material.
Well, I'm going to grab the cloth and put it in a pocket and just continue to walk outside.
Okay. You make your way outside, and the cold air, which would normally affect you greatly, doesn't really seem to bother you all that much. It's frigid. Snow is starting to fall. You can see tracks where the panicked partygoers ran off into the night. Guards are running around, shouting orders, and one of them spots you, and he runs up and, "Oh, you're alive. were unaware that people had made it up. What the blazes happened in there?
It was pretty gruesome. That's all I'm gonna say. And I'm gonna walk off into just walk off, and I want to find somewhere that's dark and secluded.
Wait a minute, a question. Blast. As you kind of fade off into the night, your vampiric abilities giving you an almost unnatural ability to just blend in the shadow. But yeah, you go around kind of the corner of the building near where a garden would normally be, and you can see like a gazebo and where a small stream of water would normally run under it. Of course, this is all frozen and covered in snow, but you can make out their outlines. And you sit down in this gazebo when at this moment you feel a hand on your shoulder.
And without knowing exactly who it is, I'm going to say, if you value your life, remove your hand.
You hear this kind of dry chuckle. Oh, darling, you wouldn't be able to touch me. And you look up, and the tailor is
Oh. Can I help you with something?
Mayhaps, but the better question is, can I help you with something? That was a right disaster. Who would have suspected that an ambush would happen at the most talked about party this side of Cavengers?
Yeah. About that. Your clothes didn't do shit.
Oh no, my clothes are quite excellent. You didn't do shit, to be entirely. How did you not know that somebody was hunting? Weren't you shot at this morning?
Yeah, I was.
And you decided to turn your back to the door where the shot happened later that evening for...
I was paying attention to the inside of the party. I wasn't concerned with outside.
Understandable. You see, I happen to be oh, how should I put this? A purveyor of information. The wealthy, the elite, the nobility, the common folk, the street rats. All of them have a unique outlook on life. I've heard tale of this mysterious man with a distinct method of fighting. For a mere pittance, I could mayhaps share some details. But there will be something that I, of course, need you to do for me.
Which would be?
I've heard tale that one of the reasons why there is a split in the factions of the undead contagions is over a unique artifact. What do they call it? Something about a lost tale or something along those lines. I've heard distinct rumors that somebody has managed to either find one or knows the location of it and is unwilling to share.
While he's saying this, I want to drink a vial of the blood.
Okay. You should be able to open your inventory, and I think if you drink it, it should automatically target you. And in fact, I'm hoping that it does.
Well, we're about to find out. Oh, what the fuck. I do not like Tidy Sheet. I'm switching.
Tidy Sheet is the best. Makes it way easier for me.
Save it on this one. Tidy Sheet sucks.
Inventory. Blood.
If your sheets have been changed, it is because I had to update some of your guys' skills and I can't do it on the regular sheet. It has to be on your Tidy Sheet. So I tried to swap them back, but just as a heads up. But yeah, you down a potion of blood, and it's it's cool and refreshing, refreshing, and kind of pulses with an almost arcane energy. Um, the usual copper metallic taste doesn't really seem to be there. In fact, as a noble, you compare this almost to like a fine vintage of wine. Um, in the moment that first drop hits your tongue, your entire body revitalizes, and your regeneration kicks back in, and the bullet holes in your back are starting to seal up. Painful, but they're starting to seal. But yes, me personally, I have little to no interest in the lost tales themselves, to be quite frank. What I do care about, though, is the acquisition of rare goods. I happen to have let's just call him acquaintance, who is keenly aware and attracted to these tales, and I would be willing to offer information about your would-be assassin in exchange for help retrieving.
What sort of danger do you expect there to be?
Oh, darling. Danger. Immense amounts of danger. But that's true for both sides of the coin. You see, with the lost tales, it is no secret that, though they are fabled relics of a bygone era that the gods had some hand in creating, and used to influence the mortal world. That much is true. But as showcased today, it appears like you can ill afford being lax in your judgment. You're very lucky that he did not finish the job.
Alright, so I find this trinket for you. You give me information.
Precise. And with that might come some additional perks and benefits. I have absolutely no vested interest in the politics of things. I like things that are interesting, things that I can utilize in order to expand my clientele. As you are aware, I count Lenore as one of my most dear and valued. I could give, frankly, two fucks on whether or not she likes to nibble a neck in her spare time.
Sounds intriguing.
I might throw in a bit of an added incentive, if you will. I would surmise that in your, and he looks you up and down, current condition, you're probably not exactly keen on interacting too much with that overly zealous guard captain. But news has reached me that, whether wittingly or unwittingly, members of your party have agreed to thoroughly wipe out the vampire menace. We'll see how well that goes over. My point is I don't think any of you have a plan to explain why there are the mangled bodies of Cavenchosk's nobility strewn all across the ballroom. I might be able to help you sweep that under the rug.
And how exactly would that work out for Lenore?
Oh. Lenore's concern is for Lenore. by extension, Kuran. This would not be the laying of blame at her feet. Keep in mind that Lenore most certainly does not need my help to get out of this mess. As far as she is concerned, and the party members who survived are concerned, Lenore was almost kidnapped. Lenore did not lift a finger. The ones who caused wanton destruction and loss of life are, frankly, you. While it might look temporarily unfortunate that such loss of life occur, Lenore will absolutely no doubt be seen as a victim in all of this. Their personal reputation is not the reputation at stake, as it were.
Let me give it some thought for a little bit. Where can I find you?
Oh. And he hands you a small little it's like a yellowish gemstone. Just ask nicely, and I shall appear in due course. And you look down at, kind of at the gazebo, your hand outstretched, and then by the time you look up, it's no longer there.
I just want to look at the gemstone.
It's nothing particularly remarkable. It's a zircon, or a citrine, and it's a little bit on the smallish side, about the size of a penny, maybe a little bit smaller, about the size of a dime. It's multifaceted, it's beautiful, but you understand that from a value perspective, it wouldn't really be worth all of that much. Make an Arcana check for me, though.
Arcana. Bitch. Thank you. I rolled it on the wrong fucking sheet. I rolled it on D&D Beyond. That was a dirty 20, but I can't use that one, so I'll have to settle for an 11.
Within 11, you don't really sense anything inherently unusual about this chip. You know that it is some sort of communication device. It does have a faint trace of some sort of magic, but it is not a magic that you are inherently. Yeah.
All right. So then I'll take this gemstone and I want to put it in a place where the fucking gnome will not be able to get it.
Okay. So you're turning it into a butt plug. Got it.
Smart choice.
There you go.
Go ahead and make a. You're putting it in a place where the gnome can't get it. Where are you choosing to?
Probably, I would say I was going to put it on one of the. Yeah, sure. No. No, I want to put it on one of the inside pockets of my normal clothing, like the inside breast pocket.
You go to put this gem in, and then you remember something. The tailored overcoat that the tailor provided to you has pockets that line the inside that he described as an extra spatial dimension. It is equivalent to a small bag of holding. It can fit roughly about 10-ish pounds per pocket, and there's 3 of them.
That's good to remember. So then, yeah, I'm going to put the gemstone in one of those pockets.
Yeah, you place it inside the pocket, and then remove your hand, and when you pat the outside, there's nothing physically there.
So, just kind of give that whole expression, just like, that could be useful.
You hear the echoing words of the tailor in the back of your head. My equipment was not useless. You just kind of chuckle to yourself. But yeah, so you have 3 pockets. This is player knowledge, not necessarily character knowledge. I'll discover this. Each pocket can only hold one of each item type. So, for example, with that pocket that's got a gemstone in it, you cannot also place a dagger in it. It can only hold one item. It can hold up to 10 pounds of that item, or you could specify a class of items like gems. You could have a pocket of gems, or a pocket of coins, or a pocket of daggers. But it can hold up to 10 pounds of a item type, but it cannot hold 2 items.
That's good to know.
Yeah. So, like, you could have a pocket for your potions of blood, but you could not also have an additional potion of hill giant strength in that pocket.
Unless I declared potions.
Unless you declare it as a potion, yes.
That'll be interesting to figure out character-wise.
Yeah. As it stands right now, all you know is that it is an extra dimensional pocket. You don't know how much it can hold, but you have 3 of them. So yeah. But yeah, the snow continues to fall outside Satek. For everybody else that is still inside the building, as Satek has made his way outdoors, what are you all
Yeah, can you
got
hear me?
it.
doing? Yep, I can hear you.
I don't know if you saw my chat earlier.
Was it in between the
Yeah.
eating out vampires during
Joey's
period
fucking-
week? Yeah. So
Yeah.
okay.
I said, is the shooter hot? And then punies.
It's
Is the shooter hot?
the shooter.
I shouldn't be saying this out loud in public.
No, dude, you should not be saying this out loud in public.
But yeah, so you you are kind of covered in blood, and Trichopolis, you are unaware if it's yours, if it's random partygoers. Make an intelligence check for me.
Ooh.
Oh no. Oh
Me
no.
dumb.
No.
Oh no, you a
I also
fucking
have
idiot.
dice if you'd like that.
Big fucking idiot.
Well, this is just
You
for
know
him
how
to
to
determine.
navigate?
Yes, I know how to navigate this
'Cause
one.
I don't.
Intelligence check.
Yeah,
Okay,
this is
so-
mainly to determine whether or not you realize that vampires can't bleed. Yeah, nope, you don't fucking know. You are
Nope.
You have no idea whose blood is on you. But within your claws, or within your scales, kind of mixed in with the body paint that the tailor had applied for you, you have these deep like scratches and gouges that are all over. And it is
You got a tux painted on you, didn't you?
Yeah. The tux is all ripped up now.
yeah. And so the scratches are in places where like your muscle fibers would normally connect, and every movement hurts. And you start moving just kind of aimlessly, looking for maybe a place where you could wash off some of that blood, and you realize that you're walking with a bit of blood in your mind, which is famously empty, is also in quite a bit of pain. And as you're gripping onto your halberd, it's almost as if the weapon itself, every time you swung it in combat, took a mental toll on you, and the exhaustion that you feel is kind of overwhelming. You had fought your way through sand and forest and desert and a cityscape, and you have not felt like this in quite some time. It feels like you have been hit by a truck.
Did the mall fall out of the wall?
Oh my god.
No, the mall is still in there.
It's still in the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, I I'm kind of reflecting on all the hacking and slashing, and it's almost like I actually, for once, kind of feel some type of emotion other than pure rage or pure dumb silly.
I'm gonna have you make a religion check at advantage because this is in reference to your weapon and your gods. So normally, you're a bit of
Control.
yeah.
Control.
Religion is probably not your fucking thing. You are neither intelligent nor wise, but you get advantage because it has to deal with your artifact slash goddess. God fuck. Never mind.
Oh,
actually, that
nope.
that was
No.
at disadvantage.
I think that's also disadvantage.
Oh, that's disadvantage.
So
Yeah.
it'll be
Alt.
instead.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's alt.
Okay.
You're
let's-
very lucky. You rolled a 2 and a 4. And if it had not been a misroll. Natural fucking 20. Now, granted,
Let's
minus
go.
1, but a minus 1 doesn't matter when it comes to a natural 20. So, natural 20. As you're holding onto your halberd, you hear this voice. And from what very little you can remember of your past, none of your tribe's texts or priests ever spoke about the serpent goddess having a sort of physical manifestation, as it were. There was no, oh, the priestess spoke to us. It's always been through word of mouth, through the tribe interpreting writings and things along those lines. There's never been like direct communication. But you hear this voice in the back of your head as you grip the halberd, and as you look down, the halberd starts to glow with this slightly dark aura, and you hear a voice that says, "Your penance has been paid, my child. No longer will your toil in battle be so dire. Your willingness to bleed for your gods has been recognized, as it were." And you feel this kind of surge of power. No longer will your halberd do 30 damage to you on a miss. Instead, it will do 5 damage every time you swing it. This shall help you maintain that battle state. May your enemies tremble as you approach. Advance and find fear. And as she speaks these words, your halberd glows, and that gets carved as runes into your blade on your halberd. Advance and find the end. The voice kind of fades. Trichopolis, for having a -1 modifier and still rolling a natural 20, you have earned a point of inspiration.
Woohoo! So to follow that, I lead out a I'm in a campground, so I'm trying to but and just slam my pole arm to the ground and kind of
You're gonna break the fucking ground.
He stabs himself in the foot. Maimed
Yeah.
for life.
I stabbed myself.
Maimed for life. Yeah.
It's not done yet.
You guys see this
Magnetic.
warrior covered in blood.
Tricked me.
Scales just kind of rippling as he lets forth this guttural, bestial bellow that kind of reverberates and knocks a painting off. The mall still stays stuck in the wall. That is forever enshrined. It's just a part of the decor. But he thunks his halberd into the ground. And it is at this moment, Trichopolis, that you have earned your position within the ranks of the Lost. Give me just 1 second while I go find Actually, I'm just gonna copy it over
So now
from Kaisetria.
you're able to. Yes. What's up?
Oh, I'm just copying the feature over from you because instead of me going and fucking finding it.
Back. Sorry.
So
Here.
you,
I'm
Like a
listening.
chicken.
I didn't. Yeah. Sorry.
you now have the ability called Final Gasp. Well, it's not an ability that you necessarily use, but you have two called Final Gasp from Kaisetri and Final Gasp activated. These should revive you in combat if you hit 0 HP. This means that
Automatically.
you technically have the ability to do this twice. You are the only member of the party who can, because Final Gasp will do it once per combat. But should that fail, should you have already used that, you also have your Relentless Rage. So that one, of course, requires a con save.
Okay.
So,
Yep.
Yeah. You can do Relentless
I'm part
Rage.
of the loss.
Every
What
single time.
happened with that religion check?
I hit a natural 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, so his
Yeah.
Albert was blessed by Sintress. He no longer loses 30 HP whenever he rolls a 3 or lower. Instead, he will
That's nice.
lose 5 HP every time he swings it, which means that he will, as long as he's raging, it'll help him keep his rage. So instead of him losing it in chunks, he maintains his rage. But it gained runic symbols that are
Okay.
No, this is like way better. If he rolls 2 natural ones, he loses 10 HP instead of 60.
Yeah.
Also,
that was I was like so close to dying there.
Also,
But you went down too.
he has 104 hit points, and the advantage for him in this regard is even if he swings and misses, he can maintain his rage much more easily because he has at least taken damage himself. So as long as he's raging,
as long as you're raging.
yeah. But his halberd gained a runic symbol that says advance and find the end. So his halberd has got like a magical glow. That's what provides that bonus. For his blood penance, the serpent goddess has chosen to bless him.
Trichopolis, before I end my dialogue, just goes, I have friends now? Friends?
Does Kaisetria feel him come online to my final gasp?
Yes, actually. As he is blessed, you look over and he is enthralled by this mental vision of the serpent goddess of Sintress. But you instead see the mark of the lost glowing on his finger, and as that small soft glows, you are keenly aware of his presence in the same way that you are for Satak, Ashira, everybody that is a member of the class. So yes, you recognize that you are now considered, you consider him.
They're ours now, permanently.
Well, any friend is better than no friend.
Yeah.
We
Agreed.
keep swing axe.
As you say this, do you say that you're ours now, Kaisetria?
Yeah.
You look up and Lenora's got her arms crossed as if she's still contemplating the handbag idea.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
By the time,
yeah, I kind of like chop her shoulder up a bit.
Yes, but but as you look up there, she is no worse for wear. She looks, I mean, her clothing is ripped in that spot, but there's no.
Oh, okay.
You hear her kind of whispering in the vicinity of Cruander, who is still sitting up there, and they're talking amongst themselves. Is
he a vampire too?
Make a perception check.
Ooh, nice. I'm gonna go 2 seconds.
They're like best friends.
Well, they are siblings. So.
Yeah,
which by the way, they are not Game of Thrones style siblings. Yes, looking up your divine sense. I know you're not a paladin, but I'm just gonna blanket coverage that, like, having established what is and is not a vampire, you do feel the same sort of undead magic coming off of him. He is
I point at him.
Uh,
Fucking.
as you do so, give me 1 second.
I don't say anything.
As you do so, you turn to look, and then you hear this slight little like rustle, and your sense of not danger, but things that are weird and wonderful goes off again. And dude, this motherfucking monitor that's got my display for Twitch is like just turning on and off. It's that fucking monitor that's got like the power bar issue that you get. It just keeps fucking turning on and off. It's really frustrating. Anyways, but your detection goes off again, and you feel a hand on your shoulder.
Oh no. Oh no. Never mind. I put my hand back in my pocket, my dress pocket that I'm sure is there.
Give me 1 second, guys. I am going to move this over.
Yeah, I turned off the thing.
And as you turn, you see the tailor.
Hey, you're not one too, are you? You're not like a special gen vampire, are you?
Darling, I would ask you to check yourself, but unfortunately, I don't swing or stoop.
Okay, so what are you here for?
Well, I came to see how absolutely terribly you fought. You do realize that you're...
Hey, you didn't do fuck nor shit either. We're
The-
here.
only reason why you're still breathing, darling, is you're happening to wear my merchandise.
Yeah.
How exactly do you plan on getting out of this situation, as it were?
I had no idea.
I have it. Nice, pleasant
I'm
chat.
feeling a prison break, actually. We tend to be good at those.
Mayhaps we can avoid that. I had a nice, pleasant chat with your friend.
Oh dear God, what
Outside.
did he say? I'm so sorry.
Oh, nothing. I just had a bit of a proposition for you. Think of it like
Okay.
a godfather. An offer you don't
Okay.
too good to refuse. It has come to my understanding. You rather blindly sold your prospect of freedom away to one overzealous guard captain.
You know what? It was for the freedom of another party member that's a fucking idiot. Oh, never mind. She's not an idiot. She's right there.
Ashira,
That's your girl.
Yeah, you hear Kaisetria.
She's the reason.
You hear Kaisetria go for this fucking idiot, and your ears kind of perk up a little bit. What are you doing?
Me?
today,
I go, oh no,
What's
like
that?
that's your girl. She got us into this mess. Thanks. But I agreed to this
Go ahead, son.
to get her out of prison. Go for it. I'm done. I'm good.
The delay.
When Ashira hears herself being mentioned, she turns around and does she spot the tailor?
Yes. So you crawl out from under the table. For a little bit of context, I turned you into a rat because that's
Valid
what you do.
enough.
So you'd crawled under the table as you had watched kind of the rest of the carnage unfold. But yes, you don't see the tailor enter, but you hear that sort of um sultry Fae-esque, very flamboyant voice, and see him standing next to Kaisetria. And he doesn't necessarily see you immediately, but the moment that you hear Kaisetria say, "There's your girl," and she points at you, you look over, you do see the tail.
What state is my dress in?
Immaculate. Girl, everybody else looks like they got put through a fucking meat grinder. You don't have a scratch on that dress. Not a single not a single gemstone is out of place.
Okay, she is going to stand up and like skip her way over, flouncing the skirt as she goes, just looking like perfect amidst all of the chaos and blood.
Yeah. And Ashira walks up and he looks down at her and looks back at you. I did not know that the clergy was so prone to telling lies. Clearly, she's an angel, and he picks her up and he spins her in a circle. This little darling couldn't hurt a hair on anyone's head. What actually happened?
As he says that, she wants to go, I'm not an angel. I'm a gnome, silly.
Close enough.
You can keep her. You can keep her.
Don't tempt. But anyways, I had a conversation with, I forget his name, dark, brooding.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I get the
What?
picture.
You mentioned that you struck a deal with Captain Krellis to keep her, as unlikely as that is, out of prison. But in doing so, your actions have almost all but guaranteed that all of you will either be executed or thrown in the clink for the rest of your miserable lives. Not you, Doc. And he tousles your hair, Ashira. In fact, it's really only you I don't care that much for. But
I know.
I had a proposition. He seemed amicable enough. Well, Captain Corellius has fought valiantly for the sake of the cause. He's a remarkably short-sighted.
Oh yeah, he ran.
Do you want to know who his best friendo in the whole entire world is?
Not you.
No. And he points up at the veranda. Column A, column B. Guess who doesn't know that column A and column B are also on the hit list? Royal dumbass himself.
Interesting.
My point is when faced with a true existential threat, his first response is to annihilate everything. How do you solve the problem? You scrub the streets clean. The problem, though, is that generally gets rid of the orphans, the beggars, the street rats, those who have nothing to do with this in the sake of scouring deceivers.
So he didn't know. He doesn't know who the vampires are.
He's a government worker. They fucking know nothing. Do you think there's actually
he didn't do his
communication?
research?
Research? Do you think he's in charge? Somebody with a vendetta passed down paperwork, who shirked a responsibility, who handed out a job, and it ended up on his desk.
You should actually. That'd be really funny for Shane too.
My point being is that the deal that you struck was possibly the worst fucking decision that you possibly could have made. I understand that your backs were in the corner, but what was he going to do? Arrest you? Before or after he dealt with the supposed vampires? You really think that the people who tore up some street tiles were worth his time? No, the fact is you were an easy man. He found a way to offload some of the workload that he was unfortunately tasked with on the first available sucker who happened to
That would be ready in about 3 minutes.
So, My point stands. At this point,
You want me to kill him for you?
oh no, he's an idiot, but he's not
Damn it!
he's not worthy of dying. My point is that while he is overzealous for the fact that in these situations he doesn't have the luxury of research and time, a squad of people who could become crack aces at viping out and distinguishing from vampires. The order of the day is execution of vampires, and he's just trying to.
What if we tell him that all of the vampires at the ball were slain?
Yeah, that's going to go over rather swimmingly, especially the next time that somebody is found eviscerated and drained of blood on the next back alley.
Not all the vampires were there, just the ones at the ball were slain.
That is a convenient misplacement of truth from the clergy. Like I said, your propensity for lying is unfortunately inaccurate.
All the ones that we knew at the time.
I find that highly unlikely.
Oh, well, except for, Dark Brooding one, that's for sure.
My point being is what happens when Captain Krebs finds out that your dear friend is also technically a dearly departed? What
Show
happens?
him my tentacle penis.
I beg your what?
You saw it!
So prior to this, Shira doesn't know about the whole ongoing Satec thing. So she's going to poke up her head and go, "What do you mean, dearly departed? Everybody's right here, unless you're talking about that weird weasel we imaginated.
No.
Just missing."
Oh no.
Oh.
Okay.
Darling,
He's very pale.
I will leave this to the overqualified cleric. She's so great at explaining things. Ask her in distinct detail. And he pats you on the head.
She turned to Kaisetria. "So who's dearly departed?"
Your mom?
Well, I don't remember my mom, but I don't think that's true. But
Make a
dearly departed?
make a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Okay. Oh,
I
that
mean-
was perception.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think you have an 8 in your persuasion. You might, because I mean, charisma.
A
But-
deception.
Yeah, deception is a 3. I will have Ashira. I will have you roll a
Oh,
corresponding
that one, biatch.
insight check. Because you could technically roll a nope. I have seen it happen.
That's an 8.
I mean,
Shit.
even with a fairly low roll for you, Kaisetri is very clearly and quite poorly trying to dodge the question. And so your brain starts thinking through the entire scenario. Well, Avala's not alive because she's made of fucking metal. She doesn't live in the standard way. Kaisetri is clearly breathing. You can hear her short, rapid fire breath as she tries to light to your
Satan's
fucking
gone.
face. Trichopolis is still clearly breathing, and Layla.
I mean, I just saw him bleeding.
And a thought. Make a history check for me. It's a straight roll for you. This would have been in the chaos of battle, but you would have been able to notice it. So make a history.
That would be a 15.
Yeah. You very clearly remember out of nowhere Satek being shot, and hitting the ground and dying, and Kasir using not healing magic to revive Satek. Make a standard intelligence check. With the fact that you rolled high enough on your history, the DC for this is 14.
Get a 12.
That is a
I'm sorry, will you say it one more time?
That's a dirty 20.
Oh yeah, you immediately go, oh shit! Like all these things are not starting to add up in regards to Satan. Who casts necrotic damage on somebody in order to revive them? Why did Kaisetria tell him to leave the building and him stumble his way to the door? And it is at this moment that you realize that the person that the tailor is referencing as dearly departed is none other than Satan.
Okay, she wants to turn accusatorily to Kaisetri and go, why didn't you tell me Tech was a ghost?
Yeah, he can be.
I mean, he got shot.
He's spooky. He looks like a ghost.
Kaisetria, make a deception check.
She is now fully convinced he is a ghost.
Yeah, make a deception check at disadvantage.
I don't know. I'm agreeing with her. She wants to believe it.
Yeah, but your ability to confirm her lie is relegated to. I mean, that's still not awful. And then because you inherently believe that Satek is a ghost, Ashira, make a insight check also at disadvantage. Because you have a preconceived notion.
Made his kebabs again.
Those kebabs, by the way, were fucking fire. They were really
Yeah, I told him to put more rosemary in it.
I love rosemary.
I know.
That would be a 10.
Even with your 11, you reinforce the idea that Satek has become a ghost. And so, Ashira, as far as you are aware, Satek is either a ghost wearing a meat shield, or his physical form is no longer corporeal. But that would have had to have happened after the battle, because you saw him take physical damage. So you were unsure of which is which at the current moment. So it's either Satek is possessed by a ghost, or Satek has become a ghost after the battle, which is why he had to run out. Maybe his meat suit was decaying.
Hey, it makes perfect sense to her. He's always been kind of white and pale looking, and
That's what I'm saying.
Like I was mentioning, my proposition was rather simple. There is a within the cave, and at this, Ashira, your ears kind of poked out.
Sorry for my short intermission, but when
I believe that there's rumors and conjecture of I think they call it a lost tale or something along these lines. And the reason why there is such
The Lost Tales.
a
We've been
split,
hunting those down.
well, the reason why there's such a split among the vampiric side of cave trust is that some of the vampires want to actively use this in order to improve their standing, while others much prefer to remain slightly more hidden in the shadows as not to draw attention to themselves. The deal I offered was thus. I have information that will be of great benefits to the party, and that information has a small little price tag. It's a very new.
Take her.
yeah, we take it.
Take her.
Oh,
Take
oh,
Ashira.
no!
Take her.
Darling,
No.
You can
You
have
can't.
her.
You cannot put a price tag on the praise.
get to be the price.
My offer,
I'm okay being traded. I'm valuable.
in exchange for information that your party may acquire, extraordinary wealth. And as the added bonus of keeping your sorry asses out of the clink for life, or off of the chopping block, you will recover the artifact for me. Seem like a fair enough trade.
Maybe. But do you know what the artifact is? Like,
Oh.
what are we looking for?
Oh, duh. I never kiss and tell. An agreement
Oh,
must be
dude.
struck beforehand. I'm sorry, but giving away trade secrets would quite quickly
Oh.
put me out of business.
I mean, if you, like, have someone that comes through your shop and you go, hoo-hoo, that's kind of telling. Especially if you kiss them.
Well, let me say this. I know you travel with a unwitting companion who likes to show up about every 2 weeks or so to cause problems.
Oh.
I happen to know that you have made your way through quite a few cities. I do also happen to know that you've managed to piss off quite a formidable opponent in the Whistling Deep.
Yeah.
You guys are not exactly prone to upholding your end of the bargain, so I'm afraid no deal shall be struck until we come to terms.
Oh, she didn't know that Spire was...
What are the terms again?
Oh, we run free. We have to, bring back the Lost Tales for our gay little designer here.
Oh, so he's gonna take the fall, our bard.
No.
First off, this is very not gay. I'm sorry, there's only so many voices I can do.
Okay, sorry, yeah.
So many voices. You're a voice actor.
Yes.
You have over 100. I know it.
Yeah, but the problem is that I also have ridiculous short-term memory loss, and I forget who voices what from week to week, and so whatever's the most convenient at the time. That's why all of the shopkeepers are fucking Scottish. So
Scottish, yeah.
whatever ones I fall into in that most immediate moment.
Fair.
But no,
who are we leaving behind? And
so the offer on the table is this: without the intervention of the tailor, which, by the way, for everybody who is not Kaisetria, you believe he's just a human. Kaisetria has an inkling that he is not. But for his offer is that he is offering assistance to keep you guys either A, off the chopping block, or B, out of the clink for the rest of your life, because as it stands, you guys were hired to run security for a party in which you yourselves, you guys caused civilian fatalities. There's kind of no way. Well, and keep in mind
one civilian fatality.
Well, the reality of the situation is that if anybody's going to take the fall, nobility is going to cover their own ass. And so Lenore and Cruander have a alibi. The rest of the partygoers that escaped watched you guys in the course of the fight have casualties. That's just, you failed to either protect people or by your own actions, people died. And so they're going to cover their own ass cheeks. So as it stands right now, you guys, his offer is he helps you stay either out of prison or off the execution block. He helps get Captain Corellius' kind of one-sided vampiric scourge of the vampires off of your backs, which his original deal was also keeping Ashira out of prison, but it came at the cost of kind of your guys' autonomy. And all he wants in exchange is an artifact that points to a lost tale.
Okay. Just any lost tale?
Oh no. It would be one in particular. Like I said, the reason why there's the vampiric
One that would
nobility.
benefit a follower of Centris, perhaps.
I don't know why they would have a distinct interest in the Lost Tales specifically. Do you even realize what they do?
Not this one that you're after.
But you have experience with two, I believe?
Girl, we are the Lost, and I think you know that.
No, I'm well aware. But whether you understand what they do is an entirely different matter. What you have experienced and
God?
what you understand too. Let me give you a bit of
No,
history.
so it doesn't kill
Yes.
God.
Protosphere interrupts.
Are you still in the room?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Protosphere interrupts. Lost? I know where I'm at. What is this lost? What are you talking about?
Oh, you're one of us.
A bit of a history for the actual Lost Tales. Everyone knows.
Has any of them made it out?
No. I would say hundreds over the course of history. But a Lost Tale is I struggle to use the word eldritch because it's not exactly true, but for the sake of the explanation it should be. It's esoteric is my maybe. It is a tome of esoteric knowledge that throughout the generations has been composed by the finest scholars, the most talented mages, the lustiest bards, the holiest paladins. Each one of these acts throughout the annals of history have been recorded, but not necessarily by mortal influence. Think of it like a record, and the more influence that this has on one side of the scale, the more the balance tips in favor of the god seven. Everyone knows the four major pantheon of the Arendarian. That would be Centris, Theron, Athos, and Renan. But the two major spheres of influence that oversee both sides of them are more like two sides of the same coin. The god Zeren is the god of luck, of chance, subsequently, and the eldritch
Daddy
being
vibes.
Diadrast is chaos and
Also daddy
spontaneity.
vibes.
And the misconception is that the god Zeren is good and that Diadrast is evil. That simplistic way of thinking has tainted the pool of ambition. Neither are evil nor good. They are what they are. Sometimes you need order. Sometimes you need spontaneity. It is what fits that moment the best. But the influence of one grows larger while the other one diminishes. And while I might view that as a good thing, what ultimately the world seeks is balance. That's the reality.
We should keep you. Oh, you can replace Kassir.
Oh,
You know things.
He chuckles dryly at you. Oh, you know so much. My point.
I know.
I
I
like
know.
this here.
I know, but you get to spend time with your little muse. You should come with us.
Darling, each minute I spend in your presence makes me lose more brain cells than I care to admit. If you would stop interrupting.
Wow, that's saying something.
And spend
Let's-
time next to her.
And let me finish. In fact, as you guys are here, as he's talking, every time he looks at Cassandra, it's not disgust, but it is clear disdain. And it has nothing to do with her half-elf nature. It is very much the fact that she's a cleric. There's something about her
Yeah, I was
that he
gonna
just
say.
doesn't. He really doesn't like. Because there's other half-elves that have been milling about, and he doesn't care. But Hycetrius specifically doesn't care. My point is, is that the lost tales that you unlock memory, they unlock time, they unlock what could have been and what should have been. Think of them as possibility. I sense something in all, a gap, as it were. You are incomplete. Something tells me that you truly don't know who you are. You don't know the will of your gods or goddesses. Right now, you're barely holding on. It's all you can do to remember your name and the fact that you have a holier than thou art. What's your parents' name?
I don't know what you're talking about.
What's the name of your
I am
city?
holier
Of
than
your
thou.
best friend? Of the first person you kissed? Of the night you spent in someone else's life? You know nothing. But you're not the
You do?
only ones. Oh, I have no need of this. When you understand the way that I do, you find yourself understanding what is truly important to you might not be important to someone else.
So you understand what we're after.
Yes, but I also understand that you are not the
And-
only ones after it.
That's fine.
Mm.
I understand that you want the artifact that will lead us to what we're after.
What are you after? Do you
Well,
actually know?
does Kai Citria know? No, not really.
Then
I know that.
Then how can you make the claim that I am after what you are after when you don't even understand what you want?
Well, if it's a lost tale that you are after, and one of my fellow lost needs it,
Mm.
Needs it for what?
get home. For any of us to get home.
I see the misconception. You believe that these lost tales, if you acquire enough of them, are going to be your ticket out of here. Because clearly you're not
If we
from
acquire
Erin.
all of them.
All of them. You plan to recover the 972 that are recorded in history.
Dang nabbit.
Fuck.
That's your goal. No, what you need, once again, you understand in such a narrow scope. Each lost tale.
We haven't been told anything.
No. Maybe you have
No.
Maybe you have questioned not enough. The things that you do know, have you sat and pondered? Have you discussed them? Have you searched out any additional information? Have you maybe, over the light of a campfire, tried to accrue more information or questioned your own beliefs? No. Right now, you are taking my word at face value. You are questioning nothing because you assume that other people have a greater knowledge. And instead,
Procopolis interrupts. You not know much.
clearly,
Be injured in battle and wake up far
Whatever.
away.
He's a good boy.
Me only know me not where it belong.
We like our dumbasses in our group.
I'll paint
Obviously,
you a
I fit in. I know. Get on.
Your summoning, which is a slightly forbidden ritual. It's not forbidden per se, but it's almost never practiced. Went wrong.
Why were we summoned?
Because the scales are out of balance, and that is all I will say. Your choices. that
You're
you
also
make-
over luck? Oh, you told us about Ichthyodrast. Okay, cool.
Your scales. The scales are out of balance and rapidly approaching the point of no return. Unfortunately, Eridarians are ill-suited to the twists of fate as the lost. They can read them, absolutely. They can store them. They can display them in museums. What they cannot do is functionally utilize them. When you picked up the first of your 2 lost tales, what happened? A bit of your mind was unlocked, correct?
Right. But you already know that.
Yeah, of course I already know that. The reason why I'm stating it as such is it's not just your mind. It is a corresponding possibility, as it were. Now, for most of the lost who have been suffering, they acquire these artifacts. They help reshape society. The balance in some aspect is restored, and they gain a level up, if you will. The problem is that everyone has a different idea of what the world should look like. And for each lost tale that you have found, there are other members of the lost who have obtained the same level up, but without any of the burden of the memories. So think of it like you're providing them additional power with 0 risk. Now, ultimately, how you choose to restore balance is up to you. But the texts are going to say that Zarin is a god who is on the good side and Icthiodrast is evil. That is blatant ignorance. It is about balance. It is always about balance.
I could keep people alive.
Yes. And Satek
Yeah.
might choose to kill that same person if the roles were reversed. Think of it like this. You're hiding
I can help
from a
myself.
gargantuan dragon who's about to incinerate the house. There is a small child with you, a year young, as it were. You might choose to cover the baby's mouth with your hands, stifling its cries and saving the entire house. Satek, and I'm not saying he would, chooses to stab the baby. And while that's entirely frowned upon in the moralistic compass of the world, is your choice any more correct than his? If you choose to
He gets the
stifle
job done.
the choice that you are presented with is the choice that matters. There is no good or evil in the long run. Let's say he did not stab the baby, and an entire house, including him, burned to death. And now, instead of being responsible for 1 death, he's responsible for 10. Is he a martyr? Is he a saint because he didn't do what was necessary? No, he's a fucking idiot. That's the
Because
reality
he
of the
didn't
world.
think what could have been a better option.
Well, that is the point of the lost tales. With each one that is uncovered, your knowledge and the state of the world becomes more responsive. Sometimes you need the rock. Sometimes you need the carrot. Sometimes you need the stick. And that is dependent upon each person. What works the best for you, darling, is not the best for everyone. And the wisdom and foresight to understand that is why it's so important. Now keep in mind, not everyone has that wisdom and foresight. There's quite a few people who would love nothing more than to acquire these lost tales and utilize them to their advantage. In fact, in one of them, but what I am is the opportunity for understanding. If you believe that your ability to go home is limited by whether or not you can find a tome, well then, wouldn't you have found the tome? Do you have to retain possession of it? Does it only matter if you read it? Does it only matter if you give it away? None of that matters. The choice is ultimately yours to decide. That is the true power of philosophy. Your ability to choose your own fate. And the fate of subsequently everyone.
Alright, so sure. So we'll go get your artifact. And I'm sure that you'll give us information on where it is. What are we facing?
Well,
Oh, go fuck yourself.
Oh.
as it stands, did you ever wonder how and why your darling rogue friend was so easily kidnapped, drained of his blood, forced to become a member of the shunned society, as it were, without being able to
Oh,
fight back?
she doesn't know this. I assume that he was just being himself in the moment.
Sure. Let's for kicks and giggles, let's say that's the case. It happened to be an off day. He was knocked unconscious and then survived an entire ritual being drained of his blood without waking up, screaming, fighting, dying, or
Hitting himself, puking. Yeah, I get it.
yes. My point is that as the lost, you find yourselves fated, as it were. I have a distinct feeling that I could cut off your head. Not going to, though I dearly wish to sometimes. And somehow, like a cockroach, you would find a way to survive. You are blessed with this
Sure.
innate resilience. It might take a priest of the order that you serve, but you will be able to survive, unfortunately. That is your unique. Satek did not survive because he happened to get lucky. Satek happens to survive because he's happened to be fated to do so. With that fate comes people who manipulate those structures. Satek managed to take out one of those conducting the ritual, the one who was providing the orders, as it were. He's quite lucky he didn't become a thrall. But you believe that there's one ritual master? You believe that people being kidnapped in the streets of Cave and Chaska just because vampires want a little snack? Not I. What's happening is mass ritualistic sacrifice to summon something greater.
So, we get you this artifact. What will you do?
Once again, darling, a deal must be struck. A pact signed.
Sure. Cool. I do a great job at making shitty deals. Let's do it.
In front of you appears a piece of paper and
Oh, dagnabbit.
and a quote.
She's
And
gonna read it.
make a perception check. Yeah, 28.
Okay.
The writing is kind of thin and spidery, but you're able to read it well enough. Make a Arcana check.
Oh, these are sums that I can't do as well. Oh, will do.
Give me just 1 second.
Are you turning me into a warlock? I don't.
Arcana is intelligence.
Yeah.
You rolled a 5 versus your Arcana check. So, as you read through it, has nothing to do with you becoming a warlock, because he's not a fiend. He's not a fae. He's
Right.
technically an element. And so, but as you read through it, the contract is fairly straightforward. You do sense the hint of magic. Yes, please and thank you. You should bring that fucking home. Because I fucking love Huckleberry, anything from Cascade. But
I know, I had to like sit Shane down and force feed it to him until he liked it.
dude, Huckleberry stuff. Anyways, but you sense
They
that
pee
this
too.
contract is what your brain would refer to as blood binding. It is not a blood pact with him, but it is more than a verbal agreement. It is kind of like a sacred oath that, to the best of your abilities, you shall uphold. You do not see any hidden text or any magically binding, sell your soul to the devil type shit. It is just the fact that, to the best of your ability, you will uphold your end of the bargain. The terms are as
Sure.
such that in exchange for information relevant to the party, which it does have a clause that states to be determined by the tailor. And as you look at the words "the tailor" that he has written for himself, they shimmer a little bit as if they have the underlying hint of a name, but you can't focus your eyes on that part of the script long enough. And every time you focus in, it just shows you the tailor. That left to the discretion of the tailor, and that if the information is found to not be worth your time, the contract shall be unbound by the light of a full moon in the middle of the frozen land. And
Oh,
he very specifically writes this down, and the rest of the agreement goes on to state that in exchange for that pertinent information, the party herein thereafter, labeled as the Lost, and any and all companions, have agreed to acquire the artifact that the tailor is after. The conditions of acquiring said artifact come with a small binding spell, and that binding spell is a small little dot. It's like a magic dot. It goes on the knuckle of your right pinky finger, and all it is that when you get to the artifact, that dot lets you know that's the one, and it is predicated upon you bringing it back. So he explains that in detail. In exchange for the transfer of that, he will facilitate certain favors, including but not limited to keeping your asses out of the clink, keeping your heads off the chopping block for the current crimes committed. He does clearly state that any future endeavors that may or may not come to pass do not fall under that protection. So you guys can't go walking through someplace. That, and also that his influence extends within the Havenchosk city walls and no further. So a crime committed in Dane Hill, he has no, even if you guys are in pursuit of the relic, he has no capacity to influence that sphere. But that is the agreement. The magic that you sensed, of course, like I said, was to put that little dot. And the quill and are floating in front of you. And it does state that Pycetria's signing is in effect the party signing.
That bitch.
Ooh.
Hey, can you read this?
Me no read what? What read?
Yeah, you can't read. Shira, can you read this?
Sure.
I'm going to assume that she doesn't care, so she does.
Okay,
She signs
as you
it.
pick up the quill, you grab onto it, and near the base where the quill point is at, you feel a sharp prick in your finger, and as you go to sign, that prick is from like a small little needle at the end of the quill, and as you're signing, it is written in your hand, and it glows with this kind of elemental energy, and then the moment that you sign, the contract disappears in a small puff of smoke.
That's disgusting, but that's really cool magic.
No, darling.
Ooh.
Wait until you see what else I can do. Your
I'm
first,
sure you have a bunch of disgusting, amazing magic flowing.
he claps his hands together, and the bodies of the party goers that you covered with the sheet start moving underneath. Not in the manner of like their corpses are moving, but almost like things are being put back together that did not
Oh my god.
match up. And this is under the sheet. And then it's almost like he's orchestrating. And as you look under one of the sheets, you see the pallid face of still a dead party goer, but a bluish tint, as if they choked on something instead of got thundered apart by lightning. And Lenore comes rushing down the stairs. Give me one moment while I do so, guys. Let me.
Oh, Crysetria probably would have.
Oh, Lenore, that bitch.
No, she comes rushing down the stairs. Are all of you okay? It was quite a frightful fight. Oh, Taylor, it's a pleasure to see you again, darling. It's enough.
What's his name?
What's a rude thing to ask? But anyways,
Is it? I
I
don't
saw
think it
that
is.
there
I
was-
think it's part of meeting people.
it was a horrible brawl. I'm glad that you are all unharmed. Darling, you're bleeding. And she like places a hand on your chest. And you guys kind of look
Ooh.
a little bewildered at how Lenore is acting.
Who?
Yeah.
She places her hand on the chest of Trichonthus, where he is still bleeding from scratch marks. You fought rather valiantly. I did not expect a glorified tavern brawl to be so violent.
This is where. Okay.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is the girl that you kind of.
Yeah, but no. Okay, so I'm speaking out of character right now, but the tailor, he made it so it what just happened didn't happen. It's something else. It was a brawl.
Like a
Yeah.
like a dream.
Yeah.
But they definitely like died.
Yeah. Yeah. No, they're dead, but
So why weren't you here?
Oh,
me
darling.
swing axe.
This
That's
wasn't
what it was.
the
Good God, come on.
this wasn't the only party tonight.
I'm back.
A little bit.
But
The only
Lenore
party.
looks around. Where was that rather handsome, dashing rogue?
He walked out. I told him to take a walk. He was getting fussy. If you'd like to go follow him, do. Because he might need it.
I don't think I can be disposed of. I have to see to the unfortunate
Disposed of. Mm.
casualties. It seems that every once in a while, some are unable to stomach the pufferfish. And you look down, and in fact, everybody make a medicine check, if you would for me. Except for Satek, who is still outside. Actually, Satek, about this time you come back inside. And you see Lenore gushing over. Tall, brawny, and dumb.
Joey needs to pee.
That was one for mine.
You said a 12, son?
It's done.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm definitely not passing that one.
Yeah, in fact, unfortunately, no one does. With you needed a
Wow.
15. But she says pufferfish, and you guys look down, and looking at the bodies, it does look like an allergic reaction. You don't know whether or not pufferfish was actually on the menu. You do know that there was some sushi, but it does look like there was a ill reaction the throat and tongue and mouth are swollen on a couple of people. But Lenore, she sees you open the door, Satek, and waltzes, sachets, if you will, over in your general direction. You are well, I presume. Your fetching companion mentioned that you had stepped outside.
Yeah, and
Darling, so hostile. What is wrong?
it's just not a good time. I'm not very personable these last few days. For obvious reasons.
Is there something that I can mayhaps do to help?
Not at the moment. Not unless you can turn back time.
A power I often wish that I had. Fun. Something seemed, and her voice just kind of feels, no, forgive me. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to help remove the unfortunately deceased. Pufferfish allergy is quite common, and she helps the rest of the waiting staff kind of. And Satek, as you move up, you see the tailor standing next to Kysepria, and he gives you a bit of a cheeky wink. And
Are you talking about Kaisetra?
well, I was saying, Satek moves up. He
Oh.
sees the tailor standing next to Kysepria. Also,
Uh-huh.
Ashira, he's kind of like picked you up and like has sat you on his shoulder, and he keeps feeding you candy. Like where he is getting it from, you don't actually know. But every once in a while, during the course of all of these conversations, he just keeps reaching up and handing you like a bit of rotten candy, and it's
Right,
like the
Joe,
greatest thing you've ever tasted. They
I
look like
have no idea where he's getting it from, and I do not care. I will happily play parrot to get candy.
they look like little crystal gemstones, by the way. So they are shiny and edible.
Even better.
Where are they?
Oh, you have no idea. He's just making them appear in his hand and feeding them to Ashira, who's sitting on the shoulder.
Ah.
Trichopolis. You see Satek walk back into the room. In fact, everybody kind of notices him, and he looks better, Kysepria, but he is obviously in a foul mood. Like, even more so than I got fucking shot by somebody with a blunderbuss from point blank range right in the back who turned invisible and then left after ambushing me. But he just blew off like the singular hottest woman that anybody in this party has ever seen.
Lenore?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Now keep in mind,
Really?
Satek was
Right
outside.
now?
Satek was outside for the interaction that you guys just had with. So he doesn't. Satek, the player, does not know that the situation is different. The last Satek remembers of a conversation with Lenore was her very bluntly telling him that you guys are on your fucking own because of the disaster. So he does not understand. So he just blew off the hottest woman you guys have ever seen. And she's over there helping move bodies and clean up messes, looking a little dejected.
He's already talked to her when he came back inside.
Yes, he has now made his way over to you guys and has spotted.
You're such a
The tail.
fucking dumbass, Satex. Holy shit. We're being helped. She's fine.
Uh-oh.
Go fuck her.
Trichopolis turns and goes, "What wrong with you, puny?"
Yeah. Hey, Spooky.
Saytek,
Talking to Saytek.
Yeah.
the interaction, particularly compared to when you left and when you came back, is like night and day. When you left, everything was in disarray. It was very much hushed conversations and plotting and planning and confusion. And now, it's more like, no, well, that didn't go quite as planned, but hey, let's, like, everybody's fairly cheerful. And they're asking you weird questions as if they have forgotten. Or
For
situations
being
has
helped. I may have signed a contract.
Does my character know about this contract necessarily, or not really?
You can't read.
Everybody that was
Okay.
in the building knows that Kaisetria signed something. However, because she was the only one who rolled for it, you do not know what she signed for. So, everybody knows that she signed something,
I shrug my shoulders.
but yes.
I'll look at Cetria and I'm going to say, what did you do?
Okay, so here's the thing.
Darling, don't kiss and tell.
Was that part of the contract?
He looks at you.
Ooh.
Was it?
Make a insight check.
Joey was a little busy with trying not to piss herself, so.
Oh, fair. Fucking fair.
You said insight.
Yes.
That's fine.
The implication is very heavy here. That part of what you are attempting to explain to Saytek has to deal with Saytek directly, and that there could be an adverse effect if you inform Saytek of what you signed.
We get to go find an artifact. A little adventure. Isn't that fun?
Saytek, as she says this, your mind recalls the conversation you literally just had.
I'll just lower my head, shaking it, fingers to temples, and just be like, fucking dumbass. I appreciate
You're so fucking for
but you're a
real. You got your
fucking
shit
dumbass.
kicked. You got fucking kidnapped, dog.
As she says this,
You got-
Saytek, even in your kind of undead state, for the first time, there's kind of like legitimate concern on the face of Kaisetria. This is much more than, oh, you're a party member, I'm a cleric, it's my duty to fucking heal you. This is a little bit more personal in the regard of like, you're more than like, I made the choice that I made because that shouldn't have happened to anyone and it happened to you and I wish I could change it. It's a little bit more involved than just my duty as a cleric.
You got kidnapped and none of us were there. You were probably doing whatever it is that you do, because I don't care what you do. I'm sure it's shady. But you got kidnapped doing the thing that you do.
Throwing up on a ship
We're aware.
because everyone left.
The look.
You found us. Oh, I'm trying to find my party. Let me, I don't know, go into an alley. What happened? You went into an alley and you killed someone and then robbed them?
No. I was on the ship puking my guts out and everybody left me there.
I don't know. Handle your C.
I prefer to handle D's. Sorry, inappropriate time.
Can I Can I turn to the tiny, puny?
Rogue?
No, is
Or
it?
her?
No?
Yeah, is it dwarf or gnome?
She's a gnome.
Gnome, and say, "Ooh,
Little
candy.
friend.
Can I have some?"
This
She nods her head and passes him down a piece.
make an Arcana
Oh.
check. Try confidence.
Okay.
You should here.
So just realize it's going to be very sticky because she does not wash her hands.
Oh
Uh,
no!
Oh no.
Can I make a medicine check for that?
Try
Wow.
confidence. That's actually pretty fucking good. You feel the magic coming off of this
-1.
candy, and the moment
You
you
feel the
open
magic coming
your
off of
mouth
this candy.
and close it as she drops you a piece of candy, there is nothing there. It is like taking a chomp of air. And the tailor looks at you and goes, "You're not special. Maybe special ed, but not special."
Ugh.
Ask
Maybe we'll grow
nicely.
in the corner. Okay. Me, please have candy.
No. And he goes back to feeding. But like for the most part, like his eyes are almost entirely on Ashira.
No.
Yeah. Okay, sorry to interrupt.
It's funny interactions like that. You're gonna find NPCs that are obsessed with like random party members. He happens to love Ashira. And
He's bald in this spot,
actually,
guys.
I will say
Oh.
with your 16 on your Arcana check, the candy that he is feeding her is magical, and it exists in a corporeal form. Think of it like a crystallized thought. The thought is literally, I want to give Ashira a piece of candy. So it's a concept made material instead of it being a physical piece. But for Ashira, it tastes like candy, it crunches like candy, it's sweet like candy. But it is literally a magical thought that he is feeding.
Mm.
No, not right now, little miss.
Yeah.
Where do I learn how to do that? I want to poison people with my thoughts.
I think you poison them
Like,
just by
for
your
realsies.
existence.
No, for realsies. Girl, I'm trying to like be.
I'm sorry, I just realized the bald spot on my head. This is
Tracking
sorry.
alopecia. Stop running your hands through your hair.
He looks at you and, darling, you'd have to sleep your way to the top much faster than you're doing it.
I get no bitches.
There's some magic that you can only get by getting bitches. And Kassir nods sagely. Yep, you're down straight.
I don't need bitches.
For magical candy? Just saying.
I'll make a mental note. It won't stay very long because I'm dumb. I know. But I'll make a mental note.
Well, do you have any questions for me, or do I need to take my leave?
How fast could he kill us?
It's,
Very, yeah.
He looks around. Everybody make a perception check for me.
Oh no.
Alright, motherfucker.
Natural 20 for
Hell
try
yeah,
confidence.
dude.
I'll finish my beer to that one.
Fucking Saytek with a 16 because of reliable talent.
Yeah.
18 because I have plus 10. Look at your stats.
I know. I'm like lucky. Next session is gonna be like I'm gonna to be not open every single time.
It happens,
Watch.
man. It happens. Song, did you roll your perception?
Oh, you said perception? No, I rolled insight. Give me a second.
Oh, no worries.
I understood the concept of
Ten.
a magical piece of
For anybody who rolled
Congratulations.
above a 16 or a 16 or higher, which is everybody but Bashira, who is currently too distracted by magical candy, his eyes quickly pass over the group and they settle on Kashir. He raises a bit of an eyebrow. And his only response
Oh, no.
is, it
I
depends
think
upon
that he'd
who
help you
is-
kill us.
It depends upon who all is there. And that's all he says.
He'd help you kill us.
Hmm. Well,
A word of advice. Your friend, Captain Corellius, shortly within the next, day or so, is going to have a little slip of paper across his desk, imploring him to delve deep for information regarding leads on this little artifact. Might I suggest that you get to it before
ooh,
How long do we have to retrieve it?
oh, it said within a day or so.
No, a day would be mighty generous to topple
We have a long rest.
a coven.
We already had a long rest.
I mean, not technically.
For
yeah.
players' knowledge, you have not. For your character, for characters, you have not. For players, I have given you a long rest because that's going to happen.
Long rest,
at the
okay.
end of this. But he
Gotcha.
looks at you and goes, "Not as long as I would."
Okay, so I can do like 4. Some of us need 8.
You'll have enough time to get your beauty sleep.
Yeah, because damn, I need it, right?
Puny friends.
No, actually, if you
Tricopolis.
weren't such
Oh.
a worthless cleric, you'd be quite stunned. Now, 95% of that heavy lifting is done by my dress.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. It held up.
Which, by the way, as you guys are all standing there, he looks at you all and goes, "You know, at the end of the evening, I was planning to turn at least one of you into the pumpkin, as it were. But he waves his hand, and like a fine silvery mist floats out and settles on you guys. And with a snap of his fingers, you guys are all back in your regular clothes. You look like your regular armor. And with a snap of his fingers, you guys are all back in your party outfits. You can change them at will.
That's a
Shira starts crying.
You can change it at will, Dad. He hands you another piece of candy. My point is that this is a permanent fixture, as it were, to your outfits.
As Satek is listening to this, he hears you can change at will, and I'm just gonna snap my fingers.
You change immediately back into your default outfit. However, you do realize that
Your
as you
spooky
do this, your original spooky bitch outfit does come with 3 pockets, so on the inside.
All right, I could get down with this.
Think of this
What,
as
you have shirtless and a fucking painted tuxedo?
Yeah, shirtless and painted. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, my scale is my armor, right?
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, I mean, basically shirtless and or painted tuxedo.
He walks up and just kind of examines his handiwork, and then Kaisetria, he looks at you and kind of runs his hands over your body, and in not like a seductive, like I'm trying to touch you to be touchy-feely, but like checking the fit. As much as it pains me to ask this, is there anything that you need altered for better ease of keeping your ass intact?
She spins around and checks the fit and the stretch and the mobility.
Make a perception check or an insight check, whatever is highest.
While she says that, I'm just gonna be like, yeah, she needs some more dildos, and then my armor's gonna change into a full set of plate.
You have that?
I have
You
glamorous.
have a full set of plate?
No, I have glamorous studded armor that basically casts illusion whenever I use the trigger word.
Yes.
And the trigger word is
You're
dildo.
Yeah, the trigger word is dildo. Yeah. That is, by the way, from like the second episode of Lost Tales, where David bought this armor and I was like, I get to choose the fucking trigger word, and the trigger word is dildo. And for the first time, like 2 years later, he has used it. But Kaisetria, with your 26, you realize that particularly in your hips to like your thighs region, there's not quite as much mobility as you would normally need. And part of that is that the fabric there is a little bit thicker in order to maintain its tensile strength, but it does hinder your movement a little bit. And upon explaining this, he alters it just with a wave of his hand. It stretches out a little bit more. Anything else?
Amazing.
Yeah. Tarkopolis just speaks up and goes, "Tiny man, me would like stop, pull arm, change outfit."
I beg pardon?
Okay. He would like his outfit to be changed when he stomps his weapon. I think that's something that you can just do.
Can you
Because
stomp?
that will.
He quotation marks. Can you stomp your weapon and snap your fingers at the same time, or might that cause an electrical misfire? Just asking. Just
Kaisetria
double
fucking
checking.
chuckles.
If you have any brain cells enough to multitask, you can do this yourself. And he gives you like the go get him fucking arm gesture. You got this.
I just snap my fingers and
And as you do so,
You like snap it and then you stomp it and you're like,
as you slam the pole down and snap your fingers, you go from your tuxedo to your regular scales because you were in the tuxedo currently. But you basically the way it works is for ease of everybody's. How the fuck does this work? This is technically the most specific and minor of wish spells tailored to you. All it does is when you think of changing your outfit and you snap your fingers, you cast the world's most specific version of wish on your outfit. It is a transmogrification. That's all it is. It is built into the armor itself. It does not need to be recharged. It does not need to be attuned. But it is specific to the armor you currently have. Let's say that later down the line, Kaisetria buys a set of full fucking plate, like a different set. It will not work for that. It is to the armor that you currently have. So,
okay,
that's the way that works. And then Ashira, yours is still shiny, bright, and beautiful, and it can be turned on and off at any time.
Can it only do the 2 modes, or can it be changed into anything as long as we can think of it?
It is generally only the 2 modes for the rest of the party. However, Ashira, make an Arcana check.
Ashira, do you want to be shinier? Can you make her shinier?
I zoom in.
Oh, here.
Is a 17.
With the 17, you make the realization as for Ashira specifically, if you can think of it within reason, you could probably change it. It does require it to be an outfit that you have seen before. So, for example, if you wanted to change into Kassir's barding, like a version that fits you.
Oh.
You can do that. If you wanted to change into Commander's nobility, you can do that. So it has your main clothes, your party dress, and the ability to transmog into a copy of something that you have seen.
Okay, Ashira being Ashira would like to immediately snap her fingers and again and again and again as she cycles through all of the party's actual, like, regular outfit looks before settling back into her normal one.
Yeah, and it's like a
So
slideshow.
Kassir's, then Satek's, then Kaisetria's, then the torn maid outfit that Avala wore that one time before settling on her normal outfit.
Yeah, and you cycle through it. And as you do so, when you change into the series, you notice something kind of different. And it's a combination of you feel much taller, but at the same time, the center of gravity is shifted a little bit as the shoulders that you were sitting on start to buckle underneath. Because when you swap into Kassir's outfit, you gain Kassir's height. You have unlocked basically a free enlarge reduce on yourself that does not cost you a spell slot. It requires an outfit.
Oh, hell
change,
yeah.
but you can basically enlarge and reduce yourself without costing you a spell slot. As it
Could that be used in combat or no?
It requires an outfit change, which is it's a transmog, so technically yes, but for size matches the size of the outfit. So it could be used in combat, absolutely, but it will take an action to do so. Outside of combat, it's technically a free action because it doesn't cost you anything but time. But in combat, it would be an action. It just wouldn't cost a spell slot.
Cool.
Well, she settles back into her
That is
normal
cool.
outfit. Continues eating candy.
Yeah, I don't think I need to be twinsies with Kassir.
You said we're doing twinsies. I love twins.
You have a recommendation?
Kassir and the tailor high-five each other. Well, I really must be going now. Once again, I would highly recommend that you acquire that information before Captain Destroy All Undead decides that government bureaucracy is a little too slow for his palate. Ta-ta! And in a flash of light, the tailor vanishes.
Unfix.
Does Umi have a twin?
Well, I mean, technically in real life, yes.
Yeah.
I can make her a twin.
Is that canon?
I mean, we could figure it the fuck out. But anyways, as he vanishes, Kaisetra, you being the closest there, Ashira, you kind of float gently to the ground. You both kind of smell this acrid.
Is it lavender?
Jasmine. No, fuck the smell of lavender.
Yeah.
Lavender's disgusting. I'll die on that hill. But like the smell of jasmine and expensive oils and almost like a perfume as this glittery dust kind of settles on the floor and dissipates where he was standing. About this time,
Yeah, I'm sure he finds his people.
about this time, Lenore has finished helping clean up kind of the area and restoring the state of things, and it has made her way to a side door. At which point she looks over her shoulder with a frankly disappointed look, and then goes through the door and up to the balcony, where she stands next to Corinne.
Satek, go get her.
I have never seen someone cock-block the fuck out of himself so quickly.
Satek, go get her.
Puny. Go make love.
Okay, let's save room for Theron.
Save room for Theron. Your halberd that you're still holding in your hand pulses, and you hear the voice of the serpent goddess. If you bring Theron into this, I will cut off your nutsack.
you just see Procopicus go.
Snake boy, do you have a nutsack?
Well, then
Go get her.
fine, but afterwards we need to have a talk, and I'm going to point at Kaisetria.
Do we? Oh, I can't wait.
Kissir looks at him.
Oh.
Are you going to tell her how you splattered her guts all over the floor?
Oh,
Like,
please
is that-
tell me that.
Is that the
If that's-
conversation?
No, I'm just going to
Yeah,
turn
we'll have
to
Kissir
Kissir.
around for that.
I'm going to turn to Kissir and make sure that Kaisetria can still see my face. I'm going to flash a smile, and I'm going to say, no, it's about something else.
She's gonna, like, shiver. Like,
Hint on the
ew.
flash smile.
Ew. Don't do that again.
I mean, if you want somebody to draw you, I'm sure Leyland would probably apply.
No, I've already had the conversation with Lilith, and I've had the conversation with Avala. Kaisetria's next.
What are you? Our fucking father? You're gonna talk to us about the birds and the bees? I'm aware.
Nope. Nobody caught the hint, so I'm just going to walk away towards Lenore.
Lenore is up on the balcony, speaking with Joander, and they're speaking in kind of hushed tones, and you see like her fairly dejected face as Grander like places a hand on her shoulder and then proceeds to vacate the premises and leaves her up there. So get rid of one Joander. But Satek, she sees you coming. Not yet, but she will. But she sees you approaching, and from the bottom, and kind of leans over the banister. May I help you? Is there something that you need?
Yeah, I was wondering if we could have a little bit of a talk
Ooh.
about
Oh.
some goings on that have been around in the town. I'm sure that you're well aware.
Kissir just face palms. Satek, make a charisma or a persuasion check at disadvantage because you have no fucking raise. God damn. I cannot serve up an NPC on a silver platter better than this.
You said
Yeah.
persuasion?
Yeah, persuasion at disadvantage. Even
Disadvantage out of persuasion doesn't fucking matter
It
unless
doesn't.
it's a no.
Yeah. However, she is going to roll her corresponding charisma save. She rolled a 2. She does have legendary resistance. She is going to choose not to use it. She's taken aback a bit by your abruptness. And she kind of blinks at you demurely.
No.
Business in the town, you say? Should I summon my brother as well?
No, this one can be just the two of us.
She is going to make an insight inference.
Ooh.
I mean, your 20 is going to beat the 7 always. She blushes as much as a vampire can, and
Without blood.
and curtsies. Shall we retire to anywhere?
Ooh, anywhere.
Lead the
I
way.
shouldn't fuck in the middle of the town
As-
square.
As
Do it,
you're
get it
walking
done.
away, you look back and you see you're standing there with a salute.
Kaisetra is gonna stand there with 2 thumbs up, like,
And I'm choosing to
Procopoulos
ignore
is
the
gonna
both of
go.
them.
"Mm."
I'm choosing to ignore the both of them.
Trichopolis, in order for you to understand the act of copulation, please make an intelligence check to see if you actually know what pulling tail is. If there was ever a time for you to roll a nope, it's going to be now, and for the rest of forever, your character will not know.
you think that he's going into battle.
Yeah, negotiation, strong
Yeah.
tribe warrior.
Where's intelligence? Right here.
That one.
Okay. Yeah, go tribe warrior.
Yeah, that's a
go.
1.
Yeah, no.
Trichopolis. You stand there, you see Kassir saluting, and this is a gesture amongst your people for a valiant warrior walking into a battle he knows that he might not be equipped for. And so you believe that Satek is facing down an enemy much more powerful than you.
And realistically,
Is
she
Satek a
is
bottom?
probably much more powerful than me.
Is
Where
he a
did
bottom?
Where did I put the Satek?
I salute warriors' courage.
Did I
And then
accidentally
just
delete the Satek?
Go back to.
I might have. Oh, there you are. I'm just gonna move you over to there. And you and Lenore, she gracefully comes down the stairs and extends her hand. And you guys go into the back hallway, of which there is it's well carpeted. There is a number of rooms. There's kind of like a study with a library, some books, some chase lounges, things along those lines. And she leads you in there by the hand, and in front of you is this kind of opulent place for the acquisition of knowledge. And Satek, you hear the door click, and by the time you turn around, her dress is at her ankles.
I'm just gonna stand there and just admire. Just give her the
There's
once
been-
over up and down.
Except, Satan, as you're admiring her, a thought flashes across your mind as you start to undo the buttons of your normal arm. Except, looking down, you realize something. You're in
She also has
Your-
a tentacle penis.
you're in your studded armor, having spoken the command and not undone it. So therefore, your buttons and your illusion are not matching up. In order to unclothe yourself, you are going to have to turn off your illusion.
Okay. Trying to think of the best way to say this, to phrase it to where she's not gonna be like, what the fuck?
Shall I use a
All right, so yeah, since she's stark naked, I'm just gonna kind of just like circle around, just admire the scenery, and as I get behind her, I'm gonna say, "So, what's your opinion on that dildo Kassir?" And my clothes are gonna come back to normal as I come back around in front of her.
Doing memento.
Oh, there's an ear.
Oh, yep. Hello there. Give me 1 second. Because even though I put you guys away, I still technically need to roll as her. First off, she rolled a natural 1 on her insight. She is flustered and heavy breathing. She does not notice your armor change.
And then I'm gonna start just unbuttoning my armor while she's apparently distracted.
Do you really want to talk about another man?
Fair point. I just wanted to gauge your reaction.
You see this deer?
Oh dear.
She coyly looks at you. Suffice it to say that Kassir is a legend in his own, and I'm hoping that you prove to be his equal.
Well, I guess we'll see then, won't we?
Everybody out in the veranda, the foyer, the ballroom, whatever, just hears this for the next 17 hours. But yeah, so she stepped demurely forward, Saytek, because I believe that this is the
Guys?
first instance. Yes, hello. Maybe don't feed deer human
Hello.
food.
I know.
Sorry to be the asshat, but
No, you're not wrong.
uh,
Oh Jesus! You didn't have to.
Saytek, every description of your character has been in full armor, or in a mask, or with a hood on. For everybody listening, or for player knowledge, not character knowledge, what does Saytek actually look like?
He's a half elf, isn't he?
Yes, but you've never seen him with his hood down or a mask not on his face. Does
And
he have a
he's
No, I'm
beard?
not
smart
a half-
because he's an edgy man.
I'm not a half elf, I'm a high elf.
He's a high elf. He's full.
So, no facial hair. Hair is about shoulder, a little bit lower than shoulder length, usually pulled back in a loose ponytail. Jet black hair, red eyes, and just a fairly average build as far as muscular stature goes.
Dad bod?
What?
A quick dad bod.
Dad bods are not great for stealth.
No, more slender. It's just said average, not, dad bod. I guess a proper
Arcopos
way
has a dad bod.
to think about it would be
Ish.
think of like
a
a
warrior.
significantly less pompous ass look of Legolas, but with black hair and red eyes.
I mean less pompous.
You're also a little shorter.
Well, I am also a little shorter.
Yeah, Saytek is not super tall. Elves in D&D are traditionally a little bit taller.
No,
than
actually,
human.
you know what? I am 6 foot according to my character sheet.
6 foot isn't too bad. Generally, elves are a little bit taller than humans. Like the average human might be like 6'1", 6'2", on like that's their average. An elf is more along the lines of 6'3", 6'4". So the fact that he's 6 foot, while he's as tall as most people, as an elf, he's a little on the shorter side. But yeah, and she walks up and whispers in your ear, "Do you want to be solo, or do you want a guest?"
Depends on who you had in mind.
She rings a small bell on the desk, and in through one of the doors is the Duke's daughter.
And do
Wait,
I
I
recognize
thought she was
her as being the
taken.
Duke's daughter?
I'm sorry, what was that, David?
Do I recognize her as being the Duke's daughter?
You did not hear her say that to Amelia. You saw her on the dance floor, so you recognize her as a party goer, but you do not know that she is the
Player knowledge. I think that the fucking Duke's daughter has something to do with the lost tale.
Well, she's also the barbarian prostitute.
Daddy is so oppressive. Daddy doesn't let me do what I want to do.
I'll stand there and ponder for a moment while I'm still undressing. and I'll just say, yeah, okay.
Okay, so the way that this is gonna work is, obviously I don't have a video of fucking Satek smashing two hotties. So, the fact that you chose two is unique. I mean, it ups the difficulty of the Constitution saving throw, because part of your goal of this environment is kind of like with the brothel, where there's a Constitution check to see whether or not you get the job done. With just Lenore,
Or the job gets done to you.
Or the job
With-
gets done to you, like
well,
in David's case
it's more of a
or Michael's case.
It's more of
Sorry.
a satisfaction. So with Lenore, if it was just Lenore, it would start at a 12, and go up by 2. So 12, 14, and 16, you have to pass 3 Constitution checks. With the two of them, the difficulty goes from 13, 15 to 17. So make a Constitution saving throw. You must pass 2 out of the 3. The first one is a 9. Unfortunately, being undead means that no blood flows to your fucking dick, and it takes you a while to get it up.
Yeah, just play with it.
Yeah, just
His idea of play with it is pretending he's a helicopter.
Yeah, the helicopter.
The idea of playing with it is a balloon animal.
All right, so 2 more then.
Yep, 2 more.
Come on, warrior.
God damn.
Ain't gonna work
You rolled a 9, a 10, and an 11.
because I do straight rolls
Yeah.
for con.
Lenore looks at you and goes, "This simply will not do." And she bites you on the side of your neck. And it's not like a attack sort of bite. It is a very sensual, like, trying to get your goat. You know, your girl pisses you off because she wants to be snapped in half like a twig. It's kind of that. And she whispers in your ear, "Surely you can do better." And go ahead and do the checks one more time. She has given you advantage. God,
Oh
fuck.
my fucking god.
The first one's a pass. The second one is also a pass. You passed.
Finally.
You passed for just her. And so, instead of you getting the threesome of your dreams, as you plant her over the desk, she sits the Duke's daughter in front of her and forces the good girl to watch.
Oh, so she just forced a cut queen.
Basically.
Wow.
Basically. But yes,
Nice.
you spend quality time forging
Good throw.
a business relationship. However, you do not gain the favor of the Duke's daughter as well. So you have gained the favor of Lenore. You have not gained the Duke's daughter's favor. So,
That's okay. I'll get the Duke's daughter later.
and what exactly are you planning to do, oh cleric with self-assigned fucking celibacy?
Girl, I had a wife. I had a tent mate.
Yeah, and no action.
Yeah.
Literally,
Yeah.
Because of the wife's vow of chastity.
well, literally, the dude who fucked up every possible way to get in Lenore's pants tonight beat you into someone's pants. Like, you. Also, you might need to get that cured.
Oh,
What?
He's talking about your little chigga thing. Yeah.
My wiener?
Yeah.
Your
wiener.
own personal
no.
helicopter.
Apparently, the Duke's daughter is into that.
Is really
so...
into it. But as time passes in Satek, you share sweaty, abhorrent lovemaking. Lenore is a
For how
filthy
long?
fucking animal. It's a couple of hours. Like, keep in mind
Okay.
that for
So
a mortal, your stamina is dependent upon truly your physical condition. How long can you go? The undead don't have a heartbeat; they don't have that limitation. So as long as
So Kaisatri is going to assume that he's being beat to shit. So, I mean, if she knows like where he's going, she'd plant a glyph of warding outside of the door, which takes an hour to do. And then she'd implant a little bit of necrotic damage into the glyph of warding so that when he walks out, he'd get healed.
okay. So a couple of things, and I'm going to double check this, and you can.
This
you
is
can-
if.
Well, this is the reality of the situation, and I could be wrong on this, and so I will have you check your D&D Beyond to confirm.
Do I
you-
not have it prepared?
I think you actually do have it prepared. So let me do a couple of things real fast. There is no automation for glyph of warding, of course. So the problem is that glyph of warding, I believe, in order for you to place a glyph, you have to be able to see where it's placed. They went through a door that is locked in the hall. You can't get through that. So
Okay.
this.
No, like outside the door.
Oh, I see. So yeah, you put like a small little glyph that does like 1d6 of necrotic or something.
Yeah. The idea is that him and only him enters into this glyph and gets a little bit of healing necrotic.
Okay. So let me see if glyph of warding will
I'm
you
able
can describe
to
it
put
with it requires successful. Yeah, okay, you decide what triggers okay, and you can determine by creature kind. I will say that allows you to trigger it based off of just Satan. So yes, there's a small little glyph of warding. But yeah, because he's undead, they're in there for a bit. And eventually he exits. And shortly thereafter, stumbling out is a very disheveled, hickey covered Lenore.
Yeah. How does he have hickey? He doesn't have blood. 5d8.
That is a valid question.
Cosmetic hickeys. By the way, for the rest of forever, if the vampire is blushing or the vampire has hickeys, I am not going to attempt to explain why they have that with or without blood. And it's called magic. Fuck it. Fuck it, we ball. I mean, to be fair, for the rest of because everybody's like, I want to romance the vampire who physically cannot get it up. So if Satek can get a dick up, she can get a hickey. Like,
we're playing by Twilight rules.
Yeah, right. But yeah, so
As long as I don't sparkle in the sunlight.
But yeah, Lenore walks out disheveled, and very shortly on her heels is the Duke's daughter, who looks frustrated as hell.
Energy time.
Oh, I'll take care of that later. She's already in bed. Kaisatri is already in bed.
But yes, Lenore straightens her hair and smooths out her dress. Well, I'm surprised to see you. Oh, yeah. You are welcome anytime. But I do believe that the mansion is going to be closing. We do still have to inform next of kin tomorrow about the unfortunate events that occurred tonight. I've never seen
the pufferfish.
brawl combined with. I shall have a word with my head. But anyways, and she continues to smooth out her dress. Might I be seeing more of you? And she doesn't even look at anybody else. She looks directly at Satan. We still have business to discuss.
I do believe we do.
Well,
you know where to find me.
Let me offer my personal carriage to take you back to the inn. Surely you all must be some rest.
That'd be lovely.
That would be appreciated.
We like
Thank you.
ride.
And she walks you guys out to
You
out of
don't
the
even
main,
know
the
what
main
right
hall
is.
and opens the doors. And it's dark.
No, I
It's
know.
about 1 a.m. Snow is falling down. The streetlights are glinting. But she claps her hands, and one of the butlers bows and um, and mutters like an incantation or some sort of spell, and within a couple of seconds, a carriage gets drawn up, and this carriage is elegant. Two black steeds, full like elegant mahogany. It's got red velvet on the inside. I need everybody, because it is dark and made of magic. I need you to make an Arcana check at disadvantage.
Does that include me?
Yes, that includes everybody.
Do I also have to do the disadvantage
Hey, where's
since
my
I can
character
see
sheet?
perfectly in the nighttime?
Yes,
See?
and I have a
Oh,
specific
there we-
reason for why.
Arcana check at disadvantage.
11.
You rolled two.
Go fuck
18s.
yourself.
11, perfect.
Wow.
So Trichopolis and Chyseptria, you are the only two who notice this. As this carriage gets pulled up, even through the dark, something is not as it appears. The carriage is very much real, but it's the horses. As they pull up, it's almost like for a small second, the skin and the sinew and the muscle of these horses is stripped away, and it is drawn by two skeleton horses. But then the illusion kind of catches back up, and you realize that these two horses are undead horses that are pulling this.
Ew.
You see this, Puny?
I don't. I might throw up. Let's just go.
You guys step inside the carriage, and it's
Okay.
remarkably warm and comforting. And you have a feeling like
Oh,
the
it's
carriage
heated.
itself is shielded from the outside effects of the world. And you know that it's about a 2-hour ride to the inn. Yet, after about 5 minutes, the carriage door opens from the outside, and the coachman steps down with a low bow, and you guys are in front of the inn. Then just 1 second, activate. Oop, that's Laura. I wanted Cave and Josk. Let me
Ice
activate.
cream.
Activate Cave and Josk, and
Ice cream truck.
I need to adjust. I'm just gonna go ahead and transition to daylight. So you guys have made all the way over to the Hearth and Home Inn and Tavern, where you guys
They're actually doing scoops.
collapse into bed. Is there anything anybody wants to do before you guys, quote unquote, take the long rest?
I would like to simply go in the inn and ask the barmaid for rat stew skewers.
You ask Chop Chop, the proprietor, and he shouts an order back to the kitchen, and then hands you a plate of 3 of them after about 4 or 5 minutes. That's going to be
I'm gonna
one
see if
silver
they have
piece,
huckleberry.
if you will.
Hey, tiny gnome. What's silver? I turn to Ashira. Ashira, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. She's still sitting on the shoulder eating candy.
Oh, you guys are back at the inn.
Yes, right. You'd said that.
You're all good.
I'm sorry.
You're totally good.
But yeah, she's there.
Yeah, Trichopolis wants to know what silver is in reference to money.
So, silver is a shiny but not really, really shiny thing that people use to make a coin that they can then trade for things. It's not as awesome as a gemstone, and it's not as shiny as gold, but it's like acceptably shiny. You can
While she's
usually get
giving
it by
Okay.
picking pockets.
while she's giving this explanation,
Okay.
I'm just gonna casually, with my middle finger, set a piece of silver on the table in front of him and walk away.
Ah.
Saytek passes by the table. She's just gonna tug on his shirt sleeve and go, "I know your secret, but don't worry, I'll keep it."
Make a persuasion check.
That is a 2.
Okay.
Do I need to make an insight to counter that?
Yeah. Natural. Saytek. You look.
negative insight.
Because
You have negative insight.
he has
I have a
negative.
negative insight because I have a -2 to my wisdom.
Yes, because
Yeah.
he is no
How
longer
do you-
blood starved. He is a well-fed vampire. It gives him a bonus to charisma, but a reduction to wisdom. But
Mm.
you look deep into Ashira's eyes and you realize she doesn't know fucking anything. So you just pat her on the fucking head. She has no clue.
Thank you, Puny. And then I turn around and I slam down, not like hard, but go silver and the chop chop.
He slides it back over, and pockets it, and goes, "You're more than welcome. Rooms are still upstairs. Oi is tall and hungry, staying with you guys."
Yeah, we picked one up on the way, I suppose.
He reaches out and grabs Saytek's silver that Saytek also left on the counter. Aye, this will be for his fee for the room. And he slides it into his pocket.
Perfect.
Well,
It-
let me know if there's anything you need. Other than that, room's upstairs. Try to stay out of trouble. Maybe don't get the guards pulling swords over. Right? And he goes back to.
They keep following us. I don't know what happens.
He goes.
People keep dragging bodies into the tavern. I don't know what happens.
He goes back down to wiping down his mugs and stuff, and you guys end up retiring to your rooms. As you guys are like making your way up the stairs, you make a realization. Saytek, the last time you saw Kassir was when he was standing on the bow of the ship giving you a warrior salute, as it were. The last you saw of him was in the mansion. He is not. He did make the character.
He's probably
backwards.
satisfying the Duke's daughter.
But yeah, he's not. He's not there.
Yeah, where?
Well, to be fair, I did say I was ignoring Kassir and Kaisetria, so I was walking away.
Tricopper just thinks to himself, where music man?
Do you even think to yourself?
Tricop, because
Like,
you rolled a
do you
1
have-
on your determining what Holding Tail is, you are so invested at some point in asking Saytek the details of his harrowing battle. You are so convinced that he did some level of like trial by combat that you are going to ask him the exact details of what it entails. Because clearly this is a art form that Tricop would want to know and pass down to future barbarians.
Warrior, you have returned full of courage, strength,
A
and
little
battle.
disheveled.
Please tell what you have learned.
She likes it from behind.
Yeah, I'll
I have
do-
not
I'll-
heard
I'll
of such a technique.
I'll do that. I'll look at Trichopolis and be like, make sure to take your enemies from behind.
Make a a straight persuasion check, or actually make a performance check. And Tricop, I need you to make a insight check versus his performance.
Okay. Insight check. All right.
Oh fuck! You have a -1.
Wow.
You take it literally. So when Satek is telling you, make sure that you focus on getting your enemies from behind, you nod sagely, because this is a well-defined warrior, and clearly, like, this is a battle tactic. That if you can flank around behind your opponent, then you stand a greater chance of inflicting better damage. And so, wise words. Is there anything else you would like to ask? Oh, Sage One.
My strength remains with you. Courage to thee. And then I just retire to my room.
I gave him some strength, that's for sure.
Yeah, Satek, you kind of smirk a little bit to yourself because you have basically ensured that the lizard remains a virgin. His vow of chastity is also intact. And you might wonder to yourself, since when did the barbarian take a vow of chastity? It's since his intelligence is a 9.
I think that be like, oh, it must be the cleric that talked him into a vow of chastity.
But you guys all end up retiring to your rooms. Satek, you look at the vials in your inventory, I'd say, quote unquote, that you have managed to gather. You are down to 2 vials. From the as best as you have been able to tell, a vial of blood lasts you between 12 to 24 hours before you start feeling the effects and will need to feed. And unfortunately, the vials of blood are only good for about 3 days. So after 3 days, they've basically spoiled and they can no longer be consumed. So you have about a 3-ish day limit before finding a target to consume.
You
So-
could go get with Lenore, she'll help you out with that.
But everybody ends up retiring to their rooms, exhausted, tired. Many of you sated in more ways than one. As the snow continues to fall, the words of the tailor kind of ring in your ears. Is it truly the best thing to bargain a lost tale for supposed freedom? Was he correct in saying that Ichthyodrast and Zarin are 2 sides of the same coin, and that they're neither inherently good or evil, but it is very much situation dependent, and their spheres of influence don't necessarily dictate right or wrong. They dictate the choice that must be made in the moment. Who is the tailor on a fundamental level? What can you guys learn about yourselves? Can you trust?
Is he a lost?
Can you trust the impact of Lenore and Cruander and the nobility that wants to live their lives in secret, or are you guys being played like a fiddle?
Oh,
And as these
definitely
questions
being
kind
played
of
like a fiddle.
as these questions kind of make their way through your mind, sleep comes, and you guys all manage to get a rest. And as the daylight springs in through the windows, that is where we are going to end today's session.
Yeah, like on time too.
On time, yes. Surprisingly, your guys' connection got much better the later that we went. The first part was real rough. Like, but for the most part,
Oh yeah.
the later part I could hear you guys perfectly fine. So
Yeah.
It happens up there in
Uh,
Cascade. The internet is real shit until about 8:30.
Oh, really?
I also
Yeah.
turned